Hey guys, Tomboy601, and it's that time of the update. It's the last Friday, a time to look back and kind of go over what we've been doing for the last 5 weeks, give it a letter grade, and just talk through and kind of give it a review. Because I think it's important to kind of look back and see where we've been, and also it helps me along the way help remember what actually happened with each update. So, with all of that said, let's go ahead and talk through the order and discipline update this past, the reinforcements, the September update, whatever we want to call it. And first things first, let's go ahead and talk new ships. Of course, we have the Peter Bagration right here, a Soviet heavy cruiser, and it didn't strike my fancy. I'm going to use it a little bit and then probably not take it out, especially because we're getting tech tree Soviet heavy cruisers, and I definitely just want to try those out. Beyond that, Peter Bagration didn't do much for me this update, so I kind of think it was a little bit of a letdown. As far as the other new ships, Zuiho, I don't think I didn't review because, well, now we know how bad the carrier nerfs were, and now Zuiho is the most stealthy of the new aircraft carriers, and I think it may now have a pretty good slot within the tier 5 aircraft carriers, and I think it's going to, in over the long term, go ahead and prove out to be a spectacular vessel. But for this update, I think it was a huge letdown, right? It's the first premium carrier to come to the game, and it was in a state where it was worse than every other carrier because they were going to update it this next update. I don't know why they just didn't hold it and give us one of the premium ships from this next update into this one. I think that probably would have done them a little bit better and made a little bit more sense. Though I feel like what probably would have happened is the community would have gotten up in arms, because it would have been, oh, you nerfed it, you nerfed concealment on them, you made it all, and now you're selling us a stealthy aircraft carrier? Way to make a problem and sell us a solution, because that is how the internet goes, and we know that's exactly what this community would do. Another premium ship that came out this time, Charles F Hughes. Write it off and send it away. It's better than Sims, but not by much. It's another Benson. I don't think we need more Benson class destroyers, but hey, we're also getting one this next update, so look at me being wrong and having bad opinions. But I think Charles F Hughes, also a ship I probably will never take out ever again. Just I probably will not be taking it out. The final premium ship that came out this update was, of course, Stalingrad. Stalingrad, I was hoping it was going to be something that made Legendary tier a little more interesting. I don't think it did that. But what it did do is a fun ship, and it's a new long-term goal people can aim for, people can strive for, that isn't having to do with steel. So I really, really appreciated having Stalingrad around. Speaking of steel ships, we also got a small sneak peek at the Missouri. Of course, I'm sure many of you don't have the Missouri. By the time you probably watch this video, well, it's Friday, so I still have it now, but I won't have the Missouri soon. Missouri, we did start to see Missouris coming out of people's ports, and it's good to see that the long-term ship of the most dedicated players who bought out campaigns out and about. It's good to see it's not a huge amount better than in Iowa, and it's mainly there for people to chase, and people will just go ahead and chase it. I'll of course slowly work my way through it. Maybe in 3 years I'll get to revisit Missouri, but as of now, I don't really think it's a ship that everyone is going to get to see. So I don't think it should affect the grade of this this update grade by too much. The last bunch of ships that we got was, of course, the new destroyers in preview. You know, we did get a lot of new ships this update. Going back and looking at it, we got the new destroyers. I don't have much of an opinion because I only got Subrutsky. Having watched some of the other CCs on their videos on Bovoy and Kiev, I think this is an interesting line. It's nice to have an option to have non-suicide torps on Russian cruisers. I look forward to playing them. I think it's, as always, more ships is more better is usually my platform, and I'm happy to see they were adding more ships. I know we would definitely probably want to see some other lines added. Looking at you, Italian battleships, but it's always good to see more ships in the game, especially because we know they're coming for free this update. So, I don't mind the early access mechanic. If that's how Wargaming wanted to get their jollies, good for them. I like I said, I'm just happy we're getting more free ships, right? In the long run, that's what it is. More free ships. So that's all of the ships. Now let's go ahead and talk special events. I think the headliner for this update, and the thing I was most excited for, was of course the new Transformers. The skins were a mixed bag, but I think the Starscream one for August von Parsifal was probably the best thing. I absolutely loved it. I did appreciate that there was an option to purchase the ship with the commander. We know Wargaming sometimes decides not to do that, so having the ability to purchase exactly what you want. Yes, the price is high, but at least it's there. I think about half the commanders were useless and half the commanders weren't, which isn't the best, but hey, guess what? It means they aren't premium commanders that you absolutely must have. I, for one, just enjoyed the skins mostly, and running Starscream from here and now. Let's next go on to the thing that occupied a lot of the weekends this update, and that was Arena. We had 3 different seasons, 3 weekends in a row, 5, 6, and 7. I know I got my fill of Arena. I barely competed in the last weekend of it. I just couldn't bring myself to keep playing and going through that. I'll be also honest, the COD Vanguard and Halo Infinite betas were going on, and new shiny toys always pull me away. But I think Arena has found its stride. I think the arms race mechanics are absolutely what it needs. These short little sprints are absolutely what it needs. Arena was great this past time. I think it was absolutely, they found the happy medium for Arena, and I hope they continue with it, because it was a joy to play. It absolutely, playing through tier 5 and tier 6, I was having a ton of fun. The next thing that we need to talk about is going to be all of the balance changes that we saw in the game. There were a ton of balance changes that we saw, and I think all of them were really good. The only one where I think we've seen a lot of a downside to it has been Yamato. Yamato is supposed to be that super heavy battleship, and I feel like the Banhammer may have swung just a little too hard on Yamato, but I'm happy to see some other battleships getting a chance to shine at legendary tier. So that was nice. All of the other changes and buffs, absolutely fantastic. Then the last thing of this update that I probably want to talk about is, of course, the Eagle event. I have to say, I think the Eagle event was the best thing about this whole update. It brought the community together like I have not seen an event do in such a long time. Wargaming going out there, giving you the opportunity to earn 1,000 doubloons and a free tier 5 premium. Absolutely spectacular. They did it right. I think that was absolutely the highlight of this update. Like, yes, they added a ton of new ships, but the way the community came together out of the collective strife of trying to earn a Kraken, it definitely, I think, brought player pops back up. It definitely got people engaged, and I do have to say, I think that is the best thing. So that's everything that happened this update. As far as an overall grade that I'd want to give it, I think this update deserves a solid, I want to give it an A-. I think the Eagle giving away a premium with 1,000 doubloons for some base level skill, I think absolutely incredible. They definitely earned it, and I'm going to give it an A-. So yeah, guys, what do you think of this update? Let me know down in the comments below. If you liked the video, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.